There is an old saying in combat sports, and your absolute truth passed down from the gods themselves: skills pay the bills.
We're in there when he's locked in the octagon with me. Skills is what will pay the bills.
When two athletes are locked inside the cage, the more skillful of the two will prevail. The more proficient striker lands quicker, cleaner, and more often. The more experienced grappler keeps the opponent grounded and mauls.
I'm such a sucker for a specialist, whether it's a style bender specialist or a striking specialist or a Damian Maia specialist. I love watching the guys that are like at the tip of the ability in whatever their discipline is.
All about skill and nothing else. Well, I did say near absolute. There are certain exceptions to every rule, and in MMA, a less skilled fighter can emerge victorious. Whether by a lucky shot or the other guy having an off night, we've seen this time and time again.
I personally think Aljamain just sucks.
But there are select few who just keeps on winning. Nowhere near the best in either discipline. Awkward on the feet and a clumsy wrestler, but he keeps on fucking winning. Each fight the MMA world prepares for the dude to be exposed and embarrassed, and he laughs his way to a victory each time. We can't keep getting away with this. We'll go through a list of bad fighters, weapon to keep on winning, and winning, can't throw a straight punch, and struggle to land one takedown, but for some reason, they are ranked #1 in the world. And one dude is actually the champion of the most stacked weight class in the sport. How, why, when? Let's find out. But before I begin, comparatively speaking, of course. Merab Dvalishvili, the #1 bantamweight contender in the world, is Merab Dvalishvili. Much like the reigning champion, Merab is on a 9-fight win streak with victories over the likes of Jose Aldo and Kutoyan back-to-back. And he did not suffer a single bruise despite sharing the octagon with two of the most destructive fighters at 135. How was he able to beat that?
The Machine Dvalishvili!
How was he able to defeat the legendary Jose Aldo and the cerebral Piotr? On what sort of combat prodigy are we dealing with here?
You just know he's born with something a little different in the gas tank.
Yeah.
He's a little mutated there.
Yeah, a little bit.
How many attempts did he put up? 48 takedown attempts?
Yeah, never stopped.
And he's just going for them. He's punching, kicking till he hits exhaustion.
Mara breaks his own takedown attempted record in every fight. That is the secret to a success. Properly nicknamed the Machine, Merab is blessed with almost supernatural cardio, and this broken attribute of his leads to some truly insane feats, like 50 takedown attempts in a single fight, in contrast to Sterling, who actively attempts to bring the fight to the ground. Merab shoots just so he can stall and stifle the offense and movement of his opponents. It is non-stop, round after round, minute after minute. When you have defended the 5th takedown, you start gasping for breath. By the 10th, you want to bite his ear off because he just won't let go. My Rob keeps the pressure on for the rest of the fights. And by the 30th takedown attempt, you are broken. You have no idea what to do. You are this close to a mental collapse. And then my Rob shoots on you again. Rinse and repeat, skill for skill. Rob may not be in the same galaxy as a Peorian and Jose Aldo, but his ludicrous cardio allows him to drown every other bantamweight, regardless of skill. Remember the nickname, the Machine, remember it well. It's actually scary how accurate that is. Dricus du Plessis, a surgeon contender in the middleweight division. Dricus du Plessis boasts a record of 19 victories and only 2 defeats. A closer inspection, and 18 of those wins were finishes, and the records become even more impressive.
You're tired, it's because what you're inflicting also on your opponent with by way of your style.
Yeah, 100%. I do get tired because it's the output. It's the output. I'm here to land a lot of strikes. I'm here to fight. I'm not here to wait for my opportunity. I'm here to take my opportunity.
Dricus is definitely one of the most entertaining middleweight prospects in recent memory. Fans love them because he fights every minute like it is the last second of his professional career. I mean that for real. Just look at him. Contrary to what his record might suggest, du Plessis is not much of a technician on the feet or the ground. His fighting style is simple, sloppy, and almost exhausting to watch. And it goes something like this: as soon as the bell rings, he comes forward and all hell breaks loose inside the octagon. Within the first 2 minutes, he looks exhausted, but somehow the guy keeps on going, keeps on swinging, chaining takedowns, and by the end of the fight, he gets his hand raised by the referee.
declaring the winner by TKO, Dracus Silva.
Despite the glaring lack of finesse, DDP is gifted in certain attributes. He is physically strong, carries decent power, and so far he has demonstrated an iron chin. Combine these qualities with a surge of chaos, fighting style, and the 19-2 records starts to make sense.
They underestimate him because he's not super flashy, but you don't need to be flashy to beat people, okay? You just need to be tough, well-rounded, and you got to have some ticker, and he ticks all the boxes. That's why he's been beating these high-level dudes.
Is so confusing and chaotic that most fighters just don't know how to deal with him. So far so good for Dracus. He outbrawled the fellow Berserker and Derek Bronson, and just small, the Technician and Darren too. We'll have to see if Dracus can replicate the same success against the very elite of the division, but one thing for sure, this guy is here to stay, Aljamain Sterling.
I'm a bad motherfucker too, bro. Like, you can say whatever you want. You're a bad dude, I'm a bad dude. We're just gonna have to find out who's the baddest on that night. And add another win. I'm setting records, I'm beating records, and yeah, man, life's good.
Aljamain Sterling is the most accomplished bantamweight champion in UFC history, having surpassed TJ Dillashaw and Dominic Cruz with his most recent title defense.
I think it's just a different game nowadays. Like than when Dominic was running through people, the bantamweight division is just so much more stacked now. For Aljo to be champ as long as he has been, it is impressive.
Unbeaten since 2018 and on a 9-fight win streak, the Funk Master is undoubtedly one of the top pound-for-pound fighters in the UFC today, and some fans are still not sure how he got to this point. Sterling is awkward on the feet, but far from a savant, average in comparison to Weather Elite Bantam.
I mean, your form was funky, by the way. Like
I do everything odd,
It's
man.
almost like you're striking.
I play
That was not
basketball
bad.
weird, I play baseball weird, I'm a goofy hitter in baseball. I'm a lefty and a righty, it's weird.
He is tenacious when pursuing the takedown, but fails more often than he succeeds individually. His skills are decent but not elite, fitting for respectable contender, but not a champion. His ground game, however, is superb, but with a takedown average of 24%, nothing to fear, right?
What am I missing? Why do you not want to fight Sterling? Why do you not want a championship opportunity? I don't have a whole lot of guesses. Maybe he's a really nice guy and so you don't want to upset him? Maybe. Or is he a really scary guy and you don't want that smoke? I'm not going to love that answer either, but I will accept it.
When you step inside the octagon with Aljamain Sterling, one of the biggest 135-pounders on the roster, and he starts kicking at you from range, the frustration mounts up quickly, then he starts implementing the grappling and the depression starts kicking in. You stuff 90% of the takedowns, but an awkward scramble ends with Sterling on the back, and that's the whole round right there.
I remember being in that fight and being like, is this fucking guy on my back right now? You know, like I was like, how the hell did he get there? Like, this isn't how this is supposed to be going.
He might not finish the fights, but he will make you regret that little mistake. For the rest of the fights, Sterling needs one takedown, hell not even a takedown, just an opening to latch on the back, and that's all she wrote for the round. His entire game revolves around that one goal, and as the record demonstrates, it's working out well for him. Did I mention luck? Yet no, well, we'll leave it at that then. Kidding and humorous, much respect, and more power to these guys and their unconventional ways. They might not be skilled in the traditional sense, but at the end of the day, the W is all that matters.
I wanted to climb that ladder as fast as I possibly could, and here I am 5 fights later in the top 5 of the middleweight division of the world.
In combined, the winning streak stands at 25 need. I say more.
If it ain't broken, don't fix it. The end justifies the means.
Yeah, that's enough wisdom for today. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace out.